Hi everybody, I'm Tim Van Orden, and I'm out on a beautiful mountain bike ride behind my house here in Vermont. Ouch! And I'm being bitten by black flies, as you can probably see swarming around my head. It's black fly season, and it's kind of annoying, but it's a small price to pay for living in a beautiful place like this. Anyway, I'm out on my second mountain bike ride in probably over 20 years. I just haven't had a bike in at least that long. I've been doing spin bike in my studio for the past 6 months or so, and just couldn't take it anymore. So I got a beater mountain bike for 30 bucks at a yard sale. Did some minor tweaking to it, now it's good to go, and did a ride yesterday. Really beat the crap out of my hands. I gotta get used to that, and now I'm out on a second ride. So as I'm cruising along, I'm listening to this phenomenal book called The Blind Watchmaker by Richard Dawkins. It's the second time I've listened to it, and I'll probably listen to it again after I finish it, because there's so much information and it causes me to think so deeply about things that I want to make sure that I'm not missing anything. So I'm going to go through again and again and again and really process and understand deeply. So as I'm out here, I realize something that I use as a tool to get myself engaged and change my state when I'm having a bad day. Because I do start most days in a pretty bad state. I wake up with depression. I wake up with massive emotional and physical inflammation. I wake up with a stress system or a stress response that is constantly turned on and may be that way for the rest of my life. So I've got to find ways to turn it off throughout the day so that I can function, because if I don't turn it off, I'm not able to function. So one of the things that I do is not only get outside and exercise, but I also listen to things that are intellectually stimulating and engaging. Now, I know a lot of people just want to go out and listen to music when they bike or they run or they're on the treadmill. But what studies have shown is that when you engage your prefrontal cortex, which is your cognitive, really deep thinking part of your brain, you turn off the stress response. You downregulate it. The blood flow goes from the back of the brain to the front of the brain. So by getting outside in a beautiful place, exercising, and listening to something cognitively engaging, I'm totally damping down the stress response and lighting myself up. And it really only takes 10 to 15 minutes. Worst day of my life, put me outside, in the woods, exercising with a great book, boom. Complete different person. It only takes about 15 minutes. So I just read a study recently that showed that people that have experienced a really traumatic event, if they give them Tetris to play within a very short period of time, I'm not sure if it was half an hour, but it was a short period of time, but if they played Tetris within that window after the traumatic event, they did not develop PTSD. But those people that had a traumatic event and didn't play Tetris were much, much more likely to develop PTSD. And again, the reasoning is you're engaging the prefrontal cortex, you're turning off the stress response. So the next time you're having a really bad day and you're really freaked out and you just can't get going by taking tiny, tiny, tiny baby steps. And if you can't take a step, that means it's too big. Make it smaller. If you can't take that one, still too big, make it smaller. Keep making the steps smaller until you can finally take one, and then take another, and take another. Doesn't matter how you're feeling, doesn't matter where you're going, doesn't matter what you're trying to do, doesn't matter what your goal is. You're simply taking steps, getting into motion. And I do that every day. Take tiny steps to get myself out, exercising, and listen to something cognitively stimulating. Music is emotionally stimulating. Music is not going to turn off the stress response like something that really puts a demand on the prefrontal cortex. So the next time you're having a really tough day because there's a swarm of black flies biting the crap out of you as you make your video, just take a breath and look at the first step and make it small enough that you can take it, and then again and again and again. Get your body moving and get your mind moving, and before you know it, the world will change. All right? I love you guys. Bye.